Greetings and welcome to SmartwatchTicks.com. Today, everything changes. Everything you knew about heart health is about to change with the introduction of the TicWatch GTH Pro. The GTH has been out. This thing looks, smells, and tastes almost identical with some huge enhancements from Arty. Arty is a term, arterial, artery, not sure the derivation, but it's a new concept that's going to allow this watch, unlike any other yet in the world, to apply dual PPG biosensors. We'll let you know what that means, with artificial intelligence-based heart health insights and guidance to improve your overall wellness and peace of mind, all in a smartwatch. Here we go. This is the best specs list I've seen, so I'm just going to run through it on the box. Arty offers this personalized health insight process. We're going to learn about that. PPG, that's the little green diode technology we've seen forever. It shoots green laser-like light into your wrist and gives you reflected light coming back that tells you your heart rate, basically, and some other stuff. Well, this introduces another one that you touch with your finger. You'll learn about that. Heart rate variability tracking is available with this technology for stress level detection. Tick motion is built into that. We've seen it in a lot of the other TicWatches. That's auto motion recognition for your workouts, so that you don't even have to push a button. It'll track that automatically. You got a nice curved glass screen that meets a metal body for smooth and stylish design. And if you look at it, it's kind of in the Apple size and shape of a watch, but it does so much more when it comes to fitness. It'll do sleep tracking, got a 7 to 10 day battery life and a relatively quick recharge, 24/7 heart rate tracking. Check out the waterproof. You guys know what 5 ATM means. 5 atmospheres below water. That's serious waterproofing. This thing can be used for swimming, all kinds of stuff. 24/7 skin temperature tracking. If all this wasn't enough, you've got a thermometer in it as well. Support for customized watch faces. It's got respiratory rate detection. That means, what is your natural breathing rate? And as you start working on your health to improve it, to bump up your Arty score, you'll learn about that. You'll also see changes in your respiration rate. Pretty much guarantee that, because it all works together. 14 different workout modes complement this device, and when we open it up, there it is. There it is. Yeah, if you saw it on somebody's arm, you might go, okay, a smartwatch. Yeah, but when you get into it, that's when the magic happens, and that's what we're going to do. Take off the screen. You see it's a nice TPU-type silicone band, lots of holes in it. It's definitely removable. You've got the thermometer right there. You got all kinds of diodes right here. You got the charging port there, a button with a knob, and that's the most important new addition. It's a little side sensor. Combined with the sensors on the back, you're going to get that Arty stuff. You're going to be able to see what your heart health is, what your heart age is, predicted based on the stiffness of your arteries as interpreted through algorithms that have been developed in Australia. Oh man, this just goes on and on. It's incredible. I'm really looking forward to this, and I'm hoping we will see this on a lot of different products, this being the first one. Here's a quick guide. Get us going. Oh boy, okay. This is the watch. This is the button. Push the button. Okay. All right. Here actually is telling you what all the different sensors are picture-wise, and charging it, which we're going to do. We always recommend that. Take your time when you get it. Pop it out of the box, put it on the charger, and walk away. Come back after 2 to 3 hours, or better yet, overnight. Charge it up. It's a 500 milliamp hour charger. That's your standard phone charger that you can use. Please align the contacts. Yeah, nothing really unusual or fancy there. This is the fun stuff. Now, you want to download this app. This is the GTH Pro app that you're going to pair with the watch. You can use this QR code, and that's the symbol for the Mobvoi. I'm pretty sure this is the basic Mobvoi app. Anyway, I'll have the link directly in the show notes as well. You can click on that. It'll take you to the Google Play Store, download it from there. And when you do, and you set everything up, you're going to pair it, and you're going to, here it is, a Mobvoi app, and you're going to get connected. We'll do whatever it takes. We'll show you the app as we get further into the review today. And then the app will be able to give you the derived information from the sensor input that this thing is going to transmit to it. The box is here too. And of course, inside the box is the charger. And we simply unwrap it. Wow, look at that. They've even protected the connector with a little skirt. That's so cool. You could actually leave that on if you want to, I imagine, so that you know which wire goes to this particular watch. The head simply snaps on. It's magnetically coupled. It's not quite strong enough to lift the watch, but it's certainly good enough to hold it on here. Be careful when you're charging it that you don't accidentally lay it down on the table with it kind of like that and not all the way connected. Make sure it's a good solid connection and then set it down to charge, okay? With one button on the side, makes it real easy. Press and hold to turn it on. And if you're a happy camper, you will see this right away when you boot up. But you won't be a happy camper initially. You're going to get a QR code right there, and that's as far as you can go. You can't even see the time of day. That's becoming a standard now in a lot of these watches. It depends totally on being paired to the app. So honestly, we got to jump into the app right away before I can even show you the watch. When you go to the Google Play Store, you're looking for Mobvoi. Used to be TicWatch, but they're going under their full company name because they're expanding into exotic stuff like this. Here we are in the Play Store. You can use a link in the show notes to get over there, or just type in Mobvoi and you'll get in. Once you've set up an account and all of that other stuff, you'll be able to get into the app. Now, I'm not going to go through that with you. Also not going through how you basically scan the QR code. If it's your first TicWatch, you'll hit, I think you'll just go in there and you'll be asked to connect a device, and you'll get the QR code once you give permission for the app to use your camera and your storage and all those other things. If you're adding this, and you already have one, like I've already got the TicWatch Pro 3 Ultra, this is now the TicWatch GTH Pro. I got here by hitting the plus key and identifying from the list of all the different TicWatches this newest one. By the way, make sure your Mobvoi app is updated because it's the latest update that gave us capabilities for this. You simply add the device. It's going to ask you to do the scanning, and you'll get connected eventually, and you're right here. Now, I wanted to show you this page in particular because I want to draw the contrast between the Pro 3 Ultra and the GTH Pro. Look at this. I can do audio recordings with this one. I can make a screenshot of the watch, and that's about it. Some quick controls. This one, you don't have all of that memory to be doing recordings and whatnot, but you do have the health stuff. So now in this one, we've got different things. We've got a smart mode, a smart reminder. We've got more features. Here's our basic settings. We've got a workout section, which is in beta right now, and there's Arty. We're really going to dive into that because that's the whole thing about this new way of doing heart health. And then you've got a help screen here like you do there. So, watch the review of the TicWatch Pro 3 Ultra GPS if you want to understand all about this, because we've covered this in the Mobvoi app. And right now, we're going to jump into here. Since I have the watch connected, though, before we really dive into the app, I can now actually show you the watch. It's got the twist your wrist to see the time supposedly activated. Well, if I have it on my arm, it works. And that's the opening watch face. When you swipe down, you see you got some basic controls. You can turn on or off a do not disturb mode. You can also set that up in the app. You can go into a power savings mode. You can find your phone with this one, which will make it ring and make a bunch of noise. Get it on a fast timeout. You can turn on a flashlight or turn it off. And here's your overall brightness, which at the lowest level looks like this. And when it's fully cranked up, it's super bright. It's super, super bright. So we're going to run it probably at about a 2. That's all we need. But just know that outdoors you'll be able to see it really easily. And then you got simple settings, which again gives you the ability to adjust brightness. You can restore the watch, and I'm going to tell you about that in a moment. Power it down, or get an about. An about tells you that this is a Smartwatch GTH Pro, the model number, the manufacturer. How often do you not even know who makes these? Well, there it is. And some other stuff that you may need, including the software version. Guys, check your watch. If it's not this version, you're going to need to do an update, and mine did need an update. You'll get to that in settings on the app itself. Then from here, you can go up, and any notifications sent from your phone that you've set up and authorized, Bluetooth connected, will show up there. You can go around a circle now through a bunch of different tiles. You've got your step count. I just got it started, so I have nothing on it. Showing you the basic right now. Later, we'll show you all the data. Sleep time, haven't slept with it. The different activities that you can do, running, swimming, you saw that, walking. There's no GPS, but you have all these other activities in here. You've got, oh, by the way, in the app, you can also tether it over to some of the other third-party apps like Strava, Google Fit. This is really cool. This tab here has these 3 things: your latest respiration rate, skin temperature, and blood oxygen, all in one tab. You've got here your heart rate, and it's going to be doing continuous heart rate if you have that set up. Here's the weather in your area with short forecast, and we're back to the watch faces, which with a long press and hold, you can change them into a few different ones. Big fancy time all by itself, a cute little smiling heart, and here your Arty score. Now, I don't have an Arty score yet, and we're going to go into what that is and how you get it. When I do, it'll be a number out of 100, or in essence, a percentage. And that's going to be, as you know, the final score out of a variety of different things that are being measured. And you have an actual watch face that can show your Arty score on here. And that's it for all the different sliding around. From the side, when you press, you get into your app drawer where you've got notifications. We saw that. Tic exercise, we saw that. Tic health, we saw. Oh, no, we haven't seen that exactly like this. Here's your pulse, your breath rate, okay, and tic oxygen, the temperature, Zen, and breathing. Wow. Let's come back to that after a while. Then you've got Arty, and we're going to be talking about that too. Welcome to Arty. Take a few trial readings to learn how to obtain the best quality readings, and it says start trial. I'm taking you to the very beginning because, guys, this is all brand new. It's going to be a bit of a long review, but this is for those who are seriously interested in getting this right. Then you've got Tic Sleep, your last night's sleep time. We saw a tile on that. You've got timers you can set. Looks like you got 2 dots here, so from 1 minute up to 60 minutes in increments there. A basic stopwatch that you can run in here. And can you leave it? No, it doesn't look like it. That's going to pause it, and you can exit it if you pause it, so it's not going to run in the background. Weather, and nothing more extensive than that basic weather is shown. You've got music control, where you'll be controlling the music that's playing on your phone when you're tethered. There's no speaker, microphone at all in this, so you're not going to hear music or do Bluetooth calling out of this watch or any of that stuff. And then back to your settings again, which we've already looked at. So those are the things here. Let's dive into tic health. Tic breath rate. When you put this thing on, it's going to take a little while and measure your respiration rate. And they define that as basically a full breath is from your chest expanding and going down and then expanding again. So it's one full cycle. It takes quite a while to do it. I'm just going to tell you about it. Tells you a little bit more information here, and it'll give you an estimation if you're normal, the green zone, or low or high or whatever. You see how long it's taking? It does take a while. Tic oxygen, please keep still during the test, and it's going to, you do need to stay still. It's going to give you your current blood oxygen, and just to show you, it is definitely using the red diode technology in here, which is the more accurate method of doing this. Then there's tic temperature, and you saw the temperature sensor. It's doing the same kind of thing. That's kind of going to be in the green zone as normal, in the red as you've got a temperature. There's no diodes going on. It's that little silver button you see there. That's a probe that's going to read your skin. Each of these measurements take a while because they want to get it right. Instead of just giving you a quick number, they're going to evaluate using algorithms over time, short time, but somewhat time, what the reading is, and then give that to you. TicZen now. TicZen is a measurement of heart rate variability. So just the way you take your pulse to get a number, heart rate variability is the time delay between those pulses, and this measurement gives you a number related to how stressed you are, derived from that heart rate variability. Tic breath. This is a breathing exercise. I want you to stay relaxed, gives you a countdown, and then you'll do an inhale. And this is a slow, and sometimes they go really fast. I like slow. So you do an inhale, you do an exhale. It's purely visual. Sometimes you get a vibration on the watch, either while one of those things is happening or at the top and bottom. But there's no feeling in it at all. So you can't just zone out and close your eyes and go with the feeling of the vibration. You have to actually be watching this. And there we go. It vibrated at that moment. That's the first vibration, was when it's over. And it gave us a reading of, what did it say, 64 to 64. So it was doing heart rate in the background. I can't retrieve that data. That's unfortunate, and it was really quick. So there's room for improvement in this one, and I hope you guys are listening at Mobvoi. Make it so that there's a vibration in there so you don't have to stare at the screen. And let us look at the results a little longer than just a few seconds. Maybe it's somewhere. Hopefully we'll see that. Okay, that is the tic breath. And those are all of the tic things related to health directly here. Okay, now we did the exercise and the health. We are at the Arty. So we're going to start this trial, but before I even do that, I want to bring us back over to the app here. In the device now, when I come over here, under the GTH Pro, under Arty, it gets started with this introduction. And you're not going to see this even if you download the app right now, until and unless you have the watch, tether it, have the access to that button to get here. So guys, here you go. You're getting to see something you otherwise wouldn't get to see at all. It just says next, so we'll go there. The heart health sensor on the side of your watch was made just for Arty. I gather information from the sensor, these things here, which comprise 4 clinical parameters. Now that you know a little more, I need to learn a little more about you. Get started. Okay, we're going to get started there. It looks like you could get started there. I'm going to make sure I go through the app process first, and then we'll go in on the watch. So what shall we call you? Are you male or female? Oftentimes I select female so that if it does period tracking, the device or the app, it'll show you that, but we're not anywhere near that. And the next cards ask you for your birth date, your height, and your weight, and then it lands you over here. I'm done, so we're ready to take the first reading. I could learn more or say let's go, so I'm going to do let's go. And it's popped me back into here. So now, folks, we're back over here to the watch. And when I come in here and I go to Arty, it's starting a trial. So lightly touch the sensor on the right side, make sure that it's light, and stay seated and still during the reading. Are you ready? Here we go. Press. I got a green diode. Gave me a countdown. It's only 10 seconds to do this test. Very first one. Analyzing. Nice try. Oh, we need a better signal quality. Okay, please review the instructions. For better quality, make sure you're doing all of this. Lightly touch it. Fully cover the sensor and light. Oops, I don't think I did that. Ho, I got it right. Took me 3 more tries. So I'm going to take a reading. Here we go. Very first one. Take a reading. Cover the sensors. Here we go. It's only 10 seconds. This is the real deal now. What is it going to tell me? What's it going to tell you? Analyzing. 67 Arty score. All right, that's 2/3. Good, I hope. My true heart rate, 73. My ECAP, 20%. Yeah, no idea. We'll learn. My HSX, I got 20%. Whoa. Really? My Arty age is 20 to 30 years? Now that makes me happy. Next. Take a reading. Okay. We're going to do just a couple of them. Just have some fun with this. And we're getting another 10 seconds. Since they're so short, I'm just leaving it run for the whole thing for you guys. Analyzing. 63, 66, okay. 73 heart rate. ECAP's gone up to 50. My HSX is at 55. Hey, I'm better than average, I guess. Whoa, okay. My age has jumped up too. That's what puberty will do for you. Okay, so I can go next or redo. Let's go next, and we're back to taking a reading. If I go information, here you go. Any scores contribute several, and more information too. So now you've seen what the watch can do, how you set it up, how you get your Arty score, and recommendations. You should be exercising at least 150 minutes a week. And here are the individual ones. So if I wanted to go look at my Arty age, I've got 40 to 50. And this week's score is right there. View all of your readings. So it's archiving all of the details of your activity here, which is really nice on the watch. And I presume will also ultimately be transferring it over here to the app. And indeed it does. I moved everything over to a different phone. You got about 2 weeks almost of data on here, and I'm going to show you what all of this looks like. You get the one big tab that's got everything together and the Arty score with a little bit of a trend, but there's so much more when you go in here. You have the Arty score right off the bat. You can look at the most recent one, or you can go into trends. Here's the current week, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. That's, again, your grand overall score. The Arty score combines all these other parameters into the comprehensive personal heart and arterial health score for an easy, frequent view. Last week, that's what it looked like. So you can see there's an interesting dynamic going on. It started high, went down low, has come back up, has gone down low. There's a little window that it bounces around in. So some good days, some not so good days, some healthy days, some that could use a little bit more work. You can stratify it by minimum, maximum, average, and so forth. And you can look at it weekly, monthly, every 6 months. Here's a weekly thing, and already it looks like I got a little bit of a cyclical trend that I need to watch my midweek activity in order to get the best overall score. Then you can break it down into all these other things. True HR, that's basic heart rate, right? And I can look at the trends and see that my heart rate when taking these readings throughout the day averages out in the 70 to 80 range. Here's last week. High is 94, but nothing way down in my lowest, like 50 to 60, your basic heart rate at night. So tends to be a daily average. Of course, I got maximum, minimum, average, and again, same kind of thing. We could look at it on a monthly basis. There's that same cycle showing up. Interesting. I can go into ECAP. What was ECAP? It's an indicator of fitness and directly measures blood flow of the inner muscle of your heart, which is important for overall health. And it's in a percentage. So my ECAP score by this, wow, big difference there. Had some issues on Monday. Okay, last week, not quite so bad, but definitely it's only measuring within 5 to 10%. So I'm at 50 to 75. Here I had a big bounce. Must have been some anomaly going on that day. I can't touch it and bring it up, but I can show you down here. Wow, it was as low as 20% on Monday, then 40 and 40. So, yeah, something happened there. Good to keep a log. I didn't, but good to keep a log on the side if you're having some issues that you may want to examine in more detail. That's the ECAP score. The HSX is a measurement of the extra load placed on the heart due to the stiffening of the arteries. Targeting a low HSX is important for overall long-term health. So lower is better, first thing. And secondly, you figure if it has to do with the stiffening of the arteries, that it's going to be fairly close together. Your arteries aren't suddenly going to be relaxed and then stiff. You know, it's like having a tight or loose bowel movement. That can happen with what you eat, but it seems that your artery trends should be similar in nature, and indeed mine are. 50, 40, right in the middle. It doesn't say anywhere that I've found what good is. Is good 10 to 20% and bad is like 50% or higher? It'd be nice to have a scale, but this is all new technology, so all I can do at this point is say I'm running between 35 and 65, and it looks like my overall average is near 50. Little bit better picture if you go into a monthly look. Yeah, see the 50 line there, the 25 line there, I put it somewhere in the middle, so maybe about 40. Yeah, more data would be helpful, that's for sure. And that's the HSX, and then there's the artery age, and this is where it's calculating within a 10-year window of what it's estimating your heart age to be. And it's based on the stiffness of your arteries, and it indicates your overall cardiovascular health relative to your biological age. Now, Mr. Tix is no spring chicken. You guys know that. I mean, just look at the glorious texture of my hands and arms, and you can tell I'm not a teenager anymore, but I'm also not even in my 40 to 50 range. So let's look at the trends. Here we go. 40 to 50, 30 to 40, 40 to 50 this last week, and the week before, pretty much the same. It's pegging my heart rate, my heart year, my age of my heart, right, based on the stiffness of my arteries as looks like about 40 to 50 in average. A couple of times it's lower, but nowhere is it higher. Well, I'm happy with that news, but it's not realistic because Uncle Tix is well over that age. So, one of two things is going on. I got great heart, I got great genes, I got great exercise, none of which I really could honestly say is true. Or my meds are really working. I do have heart medicine, being that I'm in a senior age bracket, and perhaps the stiffening of my arteries is under control through high blood pressure medicine and other things. So your results will vary, not may vary, will vary. You'll have different results. I think what they're getting at when I look this whole thing over and the Atcor process of analysis to come up with your Arty score It's not so much this stuff as it is how is it going to change over time and what can you do about it. All of these pieces go together to make up this, and it's this that you're watching to see if you can increase your Arty score, which will decrease your Arty age, which will decrease your HSX, right? And which will increase your ECAP. You can increase or decrease on that one. I don't. We'll have to look it up. That's that ECAP, the blood flow through the inner muscle of your heart. It's an indicator of fitness, so I presume better is... Anyway, the grand score takes all that into consideration. So although I'm showing you some data here, the takeaway from this is that you can use the overall Arty score and the subcategories to incrementally improve your health over time. Now, how do you do that? Well, Mobvoi's got some ideas for you, and they share that in an email when you sign up and get yourself one of these units. You can have a typical Arty day. That's right. With your TicWatch GTH Pro, you can monitor your health at your fingertips and do some of the following suggestions. In the morning, you can get up and take your very first reading. That's a start. If you take your first reading and get ready for the day, Arty will remind you to take readings every morning. And it's best if you take them at the same time. Once you have your baseline established and you're starting to do this continuously, then you'll be able to see the effects that lifestyle change will have in your score. That's the ultimate goal. So in the afternoon, you'll get a little hint from the watch to help educate you on all of these different parameters that it's measuring and results that you're getting. And in the evening, it's going to give you a good night tip, something that'll help you sleep better and improve your overall health. So, insist in a heart-healthy lifestyle. When you do, the Arty score will reward you in the app and in an insight section that will offer you different articles and information to help guide you and motivate you to keep on track. Make Arty a daily part of your health program, they say, so it's way more than just the watch. It's way more than the science behind the readings. It's also a process. You're buying and investing in your health. We'll wrap up today's review with a deeper look at the Arty score as you can see it actually on the watch itself. But let's walk through quickly all of the different cards available on the app. You'll notice that I've got several here. I'm jumping from day to day, so this is brand new, reset at midnight for the morning, and I don't have a lot of data, but I'm going to show you some earlier data. First thing, you may have more cards on your app when you set it up than you're seeing here. Go to your Manage the Items and make sure that you turn off these three because they don't work on this watch. The 24-hour physical mental status monitoring, that's only on the TicWatch Pro 3 Ultra. If you got stress, now that's different than the Tic Zen apparently because this data does not come over from the GTH Pro. This is stress only on the original TicWatch Pro 3 and the Pro 3 Ultra, and noise. There's no microphone, so we don't have any way of sampling noise in the environment. That's also the Pro 3 and the Pro 3 Ultra only. So just hit an X on those. They'll drop down here, and you can reorder these any way you want. If I want skin temperature to be my top thing, I simply do that, say done, and here we go. We should now have skin temperature right underneath your Arty score, which will always be the top for this particular watch and only appear for the GTH Pro. Confused? I hope not. Skin temperature, while we're on it, let's look at it. It's starting to do a little bit of measurement, but I got better detail for you from the previous days. All right, I slide over. You can see it bounces around a bit throughout the day. and that's normal, and it gives you your range. It's a little bit gray. It's hard to see the scales, and the line is kind of thin. I would beef that up, make these black, and make that a little thicker line, so easier to read. But you've got it. You got your highest skin temperature listed there, and of course, day by day by day, you've got a reading reported in here under skin temperature. Your activities is your step count. It shows you a little bit easier here the times during the day that the steps happened, any exercise that day, and your hours during the day that you've walked at least 100 steps, and a goal, and you see how close you get to your goal. Your cumulative distance is shown there as well. Here's another day. Here's another day. And here I had some exercises, and I have derived some goal, results from those particular exercises on that particular day, and almost hit my goal. From exercise now, activity, you actually have a synopsis of your exercises, of which I didn't do any, except way back here. I have an outdoor walk. If you have a significant enough activity, you can get a trace, GPS trace. Otherwise, you're just going to get some basic stuff. This was a little short thing, and it just shows my heart rate and what zone it's in, just to show you kind of what it looks like. It's only a 2-minute outdoor walk, and that's the exercise section. Sleep. Didn't have last night's sleep time, but the night before is right here. Your sleep stages, average sleep heart rate. And check this out. Our blood oxygen can actually pick up sleep apnea. Yep, if it drops down like that, that's an apnea event. Now, it's not vibrating or lighting up or singing a tune to notify you in the middle of the night when that's happening, but it is reporting it in the morning. So if you're doing any kind of monitoring of sleep apnea, there's a chance you may be able to use this watch to get that information. Let's see the other night before that. Here, of course, is your distribution between the different style of sleeping, light and deep. Sure enough, there's another apnea event that occurred, and I don't think you can identify the exact time, unfortunately. Some of them you can touch, or you can expand, or you get a full chart, but it does show you your sleep, a sleep time and a wake time, and you can kind of calculate it from there. Anyway, it's not intended overall for that purpose, but it's just an added benefit that you get here, simply in the sleep. Here's your heart rate. Let's go back again. Yesterday, it shows you a spread during that particular hour of your heart beat. Here I had some heavy-duty activity, so I had a broad range in the heart rate, and it gives you an analysis of your highest, your lowest, and so forth. And blood oxygen. And when we come back over to where I've got some data, shows you the spread, and here's that one in the beginning of the night, I guess, or middle of the night, that had a broad spread between 90 at the lowest and up to an average 98, 99, somewhere around there. And it actually says what my lowest was. And here's the night before that. Lots of spotty information, too. It's not easy to get the blood oxygen right, and so rather than fake the data and give you something erroneous, it just doesn't report it. So if you're wearing it, I guess, really tight and you're really still, you can get reasonable blood oxygen data out of it, too. And that's the extent of what's actually covered in here. Now let's go back in and take another look at the Arty score before we wrap it all up. So how do you see all this stuff on your watch? You go in, you take an Arty reading, you get to the Arty score, and you slide over to the side. You got 3 tabs here. That's your overall Arty score. Come up one, it talks about your instructions. Come up one more, and here's all of the categories. So you can pick any of these, like HSX, and see what the latest reading was. See what your average is, minimum and maximum, this week's scores, and you can actually go in and view all of your readings. I picked this one because it's an area I need to work on. Now, you can also come back and get back in here and do another one, like your ECAP. And there's the ECAP results. Simple as that. So are you ready? Are you ready for this? It's the TicWatch GTH Pro, and it is available directly from Mobvoi. Sometimes these puppies are on sale. If you check the show notes, now this is a brand new one, so $99.99. But remember, it may go on sale sometime, and I'll have the link if it does. And no matter if it's on sale or regular price, whatever it is, you can get an extra 5% off when you put it in your cart and you go to checkout, put in KISSZOD as the coupon, and it'll automatically calculate an extra 5% off for you. And lastly, this is one component of a much broader approach to overall health. I've got a playlist for you at smartwatchtics.com. It's called Weight Loss Watches. Now, although this is heart health, it's not directly related to losing weight. It's a component of it, and I've got watches in here that also do things like calculating your actual metabolism rate, your basal metabolism, plus the calories intake minus the calories output, and it does it automatically. You don't have to keep count of every little thing that you eat. And other watches and devices as well, including some hydration stuff that you can add to water to help make sure you're hydrated. So check out smartwatchtics.com. bit.ly/weightlosswatches. It's one of our playlists. And remember to pick yourself up the brand new TicWatch GTH Pro over at Mobvoi and get yourself your 5% discount for watching us here at Smartwatch Ticks. Thanks again for being here. We'll see you again soon.